Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today is a good day because today I finally can show you my long one. You heard that right, long, not long, even though the long is long. And that's a cool joke, I think. Now, there are many cool reasons why I want to show you this ship. First of all, it's awesome. Second of all, I had quite a lot of fun for challenging myself versus top tier ships, which is quite absurd because you should not have any chance at all. Yet you can see in the background that there is quite a lot of stuff going on. And I also, used it together with the VS8, which is the mine layer. And this ship, the S-204 Lang, together with the Russian Project 1124 MLRS, and also together with the American Kennedy's PT-109, are the three close beta naval entry packages that cost $60, Gaijin coins, euros, whatever, at the beta release, the open beta. And guess what? 10 years anniversary, and that was the first time that I could get my hands on this one as well. And is it worth it? No, absolutely not. 60 euros for a rank 3 patrol boat is not worth it. Patrol boats in itself are not really worth any sort of money. Because due to how the game is designed, how unreliable this is, and so forth. I could discuss this for hours upon hours, and I think I have enough videos from back in the days that show the disastrous state of naval forces, which hasn't changed a little bit. But back to this topic. Yeah, I know that chats have been announced with rank 8. We have then seen this announcement together with the first rank 7 premium. We're all terribly surprised. The Finn, sorry, my dude, but first time? First time? Really? I saw your video, and yeah, you're absolutely right. It is an absolute joke. It's completely unbalanced. And, we have the same madness at top tier ships, where diving HE shells, etc. But all this you can push aside and have a chill day if you have one of those patrol boats. Now, don't worry. If you think that $60 is insane and also you have missed the 2 sales so far, don't worry. There is a very, very similar, almost, well, actually identical patrol boat in the tech tree. Same battle rating. It's called the S100 class, S100. How awesome is that? And it shares the same battle rating, same armament, but one rank lower, rank 2. And you have a quite a bit better S100 1944 version. I'll talk about this in just a moment. So, what is this ship? What can it do? Well, it is okay to use at its battle rating versus other patrol boats, but I think that this is a bit boring. And this is where then the main armament actually comes into play, because we have overall 4 533mm G7A torpedoes. They are the same that are mounted on every German destroyer and cruiser, and also on the Scharnhorst. They pack a punch. You have them either with the non-torpedo mod variation of a range of 6 kilometers with 81 kilometers per hour speed. That is my preferred mode to use them in. And they pack a punch with 360 kilograms of TNT warhead. That bypasses, at least on paper, every single torpedo protection, which so far is the best with 250 kilograms from heavy cruisers onwards, including certain battleships, but not all battleships. And you also have in the back, you see them big and round and nasty, the EMF moored magnetic mines, and they have 450 kilograms of punch. And sadly, I cannot show you all that much footage, even though I have used this together with the VS8. They're really, really tricky to use, but when they hit hard, except if they hit right at the bow, because then they do not a lot of damage. But I have blown up all sorts of ships, Helenas, battleships. It's crazy good, but either I didn't record it or it was with the VS8. And let me know if you want to have a video on the VS8 premium mine layer that is also very similar in battle rating. Really interesting hydrofoil background story. I made a video very much in the past where I showed you a mine quadruple kill. That was fun. You better look it up. So then we come to the main armament and what makes the big difference to the S-100 1944. So in the bow we have a single 20mm, and then we have in the middle a twin 20mm, and in the back a 37mm. That is the Flak Lafette C36 mounting, which has basically non-stop fire. So that's even worse than the 40mm for the enemy, that is. And that gives you a decent firepower, but the firing angles are horrible. There are this artificial steel bars that limit your firing angles. I know that historically it was for protecting the superstructure of the ship from friendly fire, but it severely limits it, and you have to show a lot of broadside to give it all to the enemy, and also to shoot the enemy somewhat effectively when it comes to enemy patrol boats. You know, the single 20mm in the front doesn't cut it. Then there is also a little bit of a disadvantage with the torpedoes, because while you have 4, you can only shoot 2 of them at once. Now that's not a massive drawback since the reload is also quite quick, but also when you're in the cap, unlike with a lot of the American patrol boats that have the ability to launch all 4 torpedoes at once or in very quick succession, you also don't recover in the cap all 4 at once. You have to go through 2 reload cycles. That's quite a lot. And the biggest problems is with the mines, because just like with any ship that has mines, they currently don't get reloaded in the cap at all. You just can't reload them. You have to get out of the ship, pick a new one to get the full ball load. That sounded wrong. But we're talking about the long one here, so excuse me. So when it comes to the S-100 1944 that I mentioned, why is it such an upgrade? Well, to give you the TLDR, for 0.3 higher battle rating, you get twice the 20mm firepower, because the front single 20mm got replaced with a Wirbelwind in the back, and in the front, what actually replaced the 20mm is a 30mm MK103-38 that packs some serious punch, has really good ammo selection, including the HVAP, and it has the big drawback that it has a 30mm magazine, and that has some reload. But to be honest, the firing angles of the Wirbelwind in the back are significantly better, so you can engage enemies faster with a harder burst mass. The torpedoes and the mines and the speed, etc. is the same. Talking about the speed, we have a top speed of 78 kilometers per hour, which is fine to go and cap and go to the next cap and just do things. It's not as amazing as the VS10, but to be honest, it's actually slightly faster than the VS8, but the VS8 is a interesting thing to talk about. But you know, the VS10 goes 111 kilometers per hour. So we have this ship, and it's so much fun to actually do what I showed you everywhere, to artificially up to yourself, to go and hunt Helenas, aim for the big magazine section, and you can one-shot them, which is cool and fun and helps your team. Yeah, as you saw here. Now, is this really effective? Is this really what the ship is capable of? To be honest, it's more for the memes, like all patrol boats. But once in a while, I just want to enjoy, in my mind, the good old times. Why? Because you have awesome graphics, you have the beautiful ocean, the beautiful water, and you are looking more at the ship and your surrounding when you're driving a patrol boat than if you're looking through the aiming reticle on a battleship or a cruiser constantly. You don't look at your own ship. So if you want to have a chill time, if you want to give yourself a nice little challenge. You can do this with the ship, and to be honest, also with the tech tree ones, of course, which are equally good. And the funny thing is, it's just relaxing. Something that I don't experience in RRB. Something that I also don't quite enjoy myself having in ground RB, where, there is a lot of stress involved. And for me, it hasn't been the sort of positive stress lately. A beautiful explosion. So that's it for me today. I was really looking forward to present you the S100 class S-204 Lang, and really it is something that I know is not quite popular on YouTube and not quite popular in the community in general, but it's just something different, and it's just criminal what Gaijin has made out of naval forces, in particular with the patrol boats. But it's just moments like these when you can have great fun. And that's it for me today. So let me know what you think about this ship, what you think about patrol boats, were you surprised with this video, etc. And as usual, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please give this video a like with it, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, in the skies, and on the waves of War Thunder.